If you are watching this, it means that you're coming towards the end of your skills and training funded project, and you probably have received a monitoring email from us asking you to submit your evidence of expenditure for the funding that you have received through the Skills and Training Fund. In order to complete your funded project, you will need to email us on skills.training@citb.co.uk with this populated completion tracker, your evidence of expenditure, which should include receipts and invoices, and you must also complete an online survey to provide us with feedback on your overall experience. This survey will enable us to continue to make improvements to the Skills and Training Fund. You will see that when you open this document, there's a completion tracker key at the top of the document. Blue cells need to be filled out by you as the employer or the funded organisation. Green cells are to be filled out by us as the funding team. And pink cells are auto-populated, and as a result, there is no further action required by you as the employer. You will see that the company name, levy registration number, and month approved are all highlighted in blue. This means that you need to complete these fields. You will also see that we've built in some helpful guidance notes to help you in populating this document. The company name is the name of the organisation or the name of your company as it appears on your CITB account. The levy registration number is the 7-digit number that was provided to your company or to you when you first registered with CITB. This number can also be found on your original funding application form. Month approved. This was the month that you submitted your original application form to CITB. The funding team will double check this for you just to make sure it's correct. The total funding awarded, payment type and project complete will all be filled out by the CITB funding team, and you can see this because all of these cells are highlighted in green. The course name, training start date, attendee cost per person, number of attendees, invoice number and training provider name all need to be populated or filled out by you, and you can see this because all of the cells are highlighted in blue. The course name is the name of the course as it appears on the invoice or receipt that you are going to send over to us. The course name should match the courses you requested funding for in your original application. If not, please tell us why in your email when you send it over to us. Training start date. This is the date on which your training took place, or the date specified on the invoice. Attendee cost per person. This is the cost per attendee or per head, excluding VAT. Number of attendees are the number of individuals who took part in the course or training activity. Invoice number. This is the number as it appears on your invoice or the reference as it appears on your invoice. Training provider name. This is the name of the training provider who delivered your courses or training activity. This name should match the training provider name as per the invoices that you send over. The funding team will then fill out whether the invoice has been received or not, and they will also fill out the grant amount per person. The following cells are all auto-populated: the invoice value, grant total to be deducted, and claim value. This means that no further action is required by you or by the funding team. Please note, the claim value will default to 0 if the grant total to be deducted exceeds the invoice value. This is because your grant allowance will pay for all of the training activity or the total cost of the training. Therefore, there is nothing left to fund through us in the Skills and Training Fund. That is why the claim value will default to 0. The claim value will also default to 0 if we mark the activity as not fundable. This means that the training activity that you have included in your completion tracker cannot be funded through the Skills and Training Fund, and as a result, the activity is not fundable. The funding team will also populate any notes against any of the training courses or activities that you have populated in the completion tracker. Finally, we have a total evidence spend and total evidence remaining. The total evidence spend is an automatic calculation, and it will total the total training that you have evidenced in your completion tracker. The total evidence remaining, again, is an automatic calculation, and it will tell you and us whether there is an underspend on your project. For example, if you originally received £5,000 in funding, but you only evidenced a total spend of £4,000, that means there is a £1,000 underspend. We will either go back to you requesting further evidence to evidence that final £1,000, or we will ask you to repay the underspend back to CITB via a BACS transfer. If you require further support with this completion tracker, please email skills.training@citb.co.uk, or please use the Contact Us page on the CITB website to contact your local advisor.